Today we'll be looking at independent events and dependent events, or related events and unrelated events. So if you think of chance, there can be events that affect each other and there can be events that don't affect each other. So if we think of tossing a coin, each toss of a coin is isolated. There's nothing affecting it. Okay, each new time you flip a coin, there is a 50% chance that you will get either. So it's independent. Okay, another example of this would be that winning a game. So football team is winning a game. If they won last week, it doesn't mean that they're going to win the following week. Okay, they're independent events. Another example would be, for example, if when your brother was born, he was born a boy, and then when your mum had you, it didn't mean that she was going to have another boy. It was an independent event. The chances were still 50-50 again. So today we're looking at, though, dependent events, and those are the ones that are related. So those are the ones that can be affected by previous events, okay? So if we think of, we've got 2 blue and 3 red marbles in a bag. Okay, the chances of getting a blue are 2 in 5. But if you take one out, the chance changes. So that's why it's related. So if you take a red one out, there's now a 2 in 4 chance. But if you take a blue one out, there's a 1 in 4 chance. So each time you take one out, it is changing the probability of the other thing happening. A more simple example of a related event is that if there's a spinner, if there's 2 spinners and you're trying to get a particular colour, you can only get it if you spin the correct one the first time. So let's have a look. Let me go yours. Sorry, should have this organised. So what you're going to look at today the related events. So let's read up here. It says, what is the chance of rolling 2 even numbers on a dice if the first roll is a 5? Well, it's impossible because you wanted 2 even numbers, and 5 is an odd number. So that's where it's related. If you've got 2 things and you're wanting them to be a particular outcome, and the first one's going to affect it. Okay. But if an even number is rolled, for example, if my first roll is 4, my possibilities are to roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, and I can get 3 of those are even. Okay, but there's still a 50% chance of them being rolled as even. So let's have a look here. Look at the first 2 spinners above. Which one of the following outcomes are possible if the spinner lands on blue? So the first spinner's landed on blue. Can I get a red and a green? No, I can't. Can I get a blue and a red? Yes, I could. The first one was blue. This one could land on red. Can I get a green and a green? No, I can't. Can I get a blue and a yellow? Yes, I can, because this one could land on yellow. So those are where it's related. The outcomes of these are related on the first spin. Okay. Whereas if I just had this spinner all by itself, it would be independent because I'm not relying on the first spin of the other one. So then you're going to do some practice questions. Here it says, you've got to look at the movie timetable, and it says, will they have time to see the 2 movies? Yes or no? So you've got to answer these questions up here based on the timetable over there. So can they see Harry and the Laughing Hat and then Finding Fabian? So you have to look at the finishing times and the starting times of the movie. Then there's some problem solving questions here. If you've got 1 of every coin in your pocket and you pull out a $1 coin, what are the possible outcomes? What are the possible combinations if she pulls out a second coin? So thinking about what other coins she would have in her pocket if she's already pulled out a 1. And then you need to come up with some real life situations where if one event happens, the other is not possible. So that's a really simple activity today. Don't worry about this page. We're going to focus on this page tomorrow. I'll delete that one. So you're looking at the events that are related.